Standing up. Well, I'm doing it soft so I
Should I stand over there? Okay, right here. Say whatever. The weather's wonderful today, and I'm so happy to be here. Nakua. I can feel the breeze. I can see the sky. I can touch the ocean. Okay, that sounds good. Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, folks. We're live. We're live. Aloha kakahihaka.
Aloha.
Well, welcome back to another wonderful Sunday here on the Lanai at New Thought Center of Hawaii. Glad you could make it. Glad you could join us. Here's some of the mana'o from the lovely Dr. Lehua Lopez. I'm Momi, and I'll be guiding the conversation this morning. I'm going to go ahead and read from the Science of Mind. I chose a selection called Courage to Shine. Tina Fey. Who knows who Tina Fey is? Is that, yes, I love her. Which one? Oh my gosh.
You mean the actress?
I'm thinking the actress, the comedian, but there's another one. Wow. Okay, hey. They're probably. Well, according to Tina Fey, don't waste your energy trying to change opinions. Do your thing and don't care if they like it. Which is why I thought it was Tina Fey, the comedian, because, yes. And then Ernest Holmes, the inspirer and man of spirit that he was, he said, "Let us therefore light the candle of love, human kindness, forgiveness, and understanding in our own soul, and let it shine brightly." Right? I'm going to read that. Let us therefore light the candle of love, human kindness, forgiveness, and understanding in our own soul, and let it shine brightly. The urge to shine lives brightly within us. We want to be ourselves fully and completely and be seen, heard, and acknowledged for being ourselves. This desire within can be painfully squashed as we find ourselves shrinking in alignment with others' opinions about who or what we are or are not. However, if we look at the stories of great artists, great leaders, and great beings who lived happy and satisfying lives, we find they often say that to attain what they have, they had to give up their need to satisfy the opinions of others. I understand it can feel that there is danger in this. I suspect most humans lose their connections to other humans because of conflicting opinions about one another. Additionally, some beings lose their rights or even their lives simply by being their unique selves. Hiding out every day and not embracing our unique selves, not letting them shine, is like dying a little death every day. My preference and my belief about who we are and what we came to this life to do is that we each find a way to live fully. To do this, we have to accept that others will have opinions about us that are not favorable. We got to choose to have compassion for others and for ourselves as we embrace the notion that our living can take the ideas of others into account, yet ultimately, we must live by our own ideas of our best life. And the affirmation is, I rise above the opinions of others and live fully as me. And I'll chunk it up and we can repeat it together. I rise above the opinions of others and live fully as me. And so it is. So I'm going to invite us to all meditate on that. Meditate on what part of you really want to shine. What part of you have you dimmed a little bit? Because someone else is, oh, that's a little too bright, that's a little too much. Right? So meditate on that and just focus on loving yourself for that little piece of you that you may have squashed or put a damper on, and just be loving to it, right? And love that little light of yours. And I'll chime in when we're toward the end of the meditation. But focus on the love. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on accepting that. You are welcome to stay in that lovely meditative thought, but I would like to have Mahina and Randy bring us some music to just kind of help us ruminate on that thought of lighting up our inner love.
So we're not rocking out then. A little bit.
Mahalo. Well, welcome again, everyone. Welcome to New Thought Center. We've been meeting here since the early 90s, bringing faith and spirituality to all of those who are encouraged to seek the path. Are we picky about which path you're walking? No. We're just picky if you're walking, with a whole bunch of thorns about you. Because we realize that all paths kind of, when you're working in the realm of spirit, how can we go wrong? We're doing the work of a higher sense. If we're living true to spiritual beliefs, then we're living true to being good people and to honoring our fellow journey folk on this little planet. And that's why I come here. That's why I love Little New Thought, because they accept me for who I am and how I believe, and they're not picky about what name I use, or they're not fussy about that. They just embrace you. They're like, you're a good person. You're seeking the light. We'll come and be part of the light with us. So all our little lights together shine brightly, and that's why we come every week, is to be that beacon of light in a dark world, and to remind each other that, your light might waver and it might flicker, but that's okay. We're here to help bolster that, help, bring it so it can be stronger, and we can be that light for each other and for the world. And is there anybody here new today? All right, well, good. Then I don't have to explain all the little itty bitty things. Like, we don't applaud after music. We ASL applaud. This is a standing ovation. And we like to have our speaker ask a question that we can participate a little bit by giving a simple answer. And then we'll invite you to introduce yourself. I'm Momi, and I'll pass the mic around, and you get to answer that question in 1 or 2 words. And that question is?
Oh, yes. As an anthropologist, I am particularly interested in why people come to a place. What drew you to Hawaii? What does it mean to you? Has it given you? And what have you given back? Yeah?
And the challenge. All right, we'll give you 4 words. In addition to your name. I'm Momi. I was born here, and I share my light.
Can we start with you?
And if you don't want to talk on the mic, you can just say pass.
Yeah, kind of low.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question completely. I'm Patty. Could you repeat it?
Yes, the question is, what drew you to Hawaii?
My parents drew me.
I'm Alicia, and I just love Hawaii.
Yes.
I'm Marcus, and I would say spirituality.
Aloha, I'm Eddie, and I would say weather and Marcus.
I'm Kathy, and it was spiritual. We always wanted to come to Hawaii, but we ended up here, not on Maui, and it's spiritual, absolutely.
My name is Jack, and as Kathy said, that's why we came here, but also I came seeking more serenity.
My name's Faith.
She was born here. I'm Palmer, and yeah, it would be the spiritual energy, the mana, the spirit of aloha, and I try to give that back the best I can.
Good morning. My name is Reagan. Something drew us here. Can't say what it is. Just something, and hopefully we're giving back in our care of the Aina.
I'm Jan, and I would say a new beginning, and give back some aloha, learning aloha.
I'm Tatum. I just moved here officially, so still trying to figure out what drew me here. I'll let you guys know.
I'm Margie. My daughter got me here, but the Hawaii, the Big Island, kept me here.
I'm Shelba, and I was living in New Zealand, and it was too cold. And that little spirit inside all of us said, you need to go to Hawaii. So I did, and that was 35 years ago.
I'm Charlie, because my partner Terry has volunteered to see me through the end.
Yes. Oh.
I'm Cherry. Warmth in all its meanings. I'm Tanya, and yes, the Aloha spirit just really drew me, and because I come from Eastern Europe, so all the way east to here, and I am trying to share also my spirit and learn about Hawaii. Yeah.
I'm Erin, and I came for a workshop and then went back home and had a dream to come back, so I came back. And what I'm giving is in every moment. My mantra and my life's path is giving and receiving at the same time. So in everything I do.
Hi, my name is Lorraine. My love of travel brought me to Hawaii, and my desire to get out of other people's embroiled. My parents were going through a divorce, so instead of going home for Christmas break, I went to Hawaii instead. And then I decided I didn't need to go back to school. So I would say appreciation is what I get back. Enjoyment, appreciation, and joy.
Good morning. I'm Pasha. I've lived here most of my adult life. I came here pregnant in 1972, and our second child was born in Honau. But I have different answers to that question. The simple answer is Rob and I were studying with a guru, and he encouraged us to come here initially. But why I stayed for the rest of my life, that's a different story.
Oh, I'm Pomekai. Wow. So from here, this is home.
Yeah.
In every way, backwards, forwards, and sideways.
Aloha, I'm Leah. And I came here 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, after yearning and wanting it for 38 years. So it was a deep desire, and a manifestation took that long for logistical reasons. And I live in gratitude daily. And the spirit of Hawaii, the aloha, the energy is what called me back, and my ancestors too. And I'd like to quote Gandhi and say, what I'm giving back is I'm being the change that I want to see in the world daily.
My name is Terry, and I was born on Oahu, and I am here. I just love it here.
I'm Randy, and as a little kid, I saw the Little Rascals and Alfalfa singing Little Grass Shack, and that kind of got that going there as a kid, and so culture, music, and aloha.
Ha 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 ha. Long, convoluted story, but in a nutshell, I was a child. My dad dragged us over here. Well, we were Oahu, born in the mainland. Anyway, when we first flew over, we were still the old airport. We were driving in on a plane over this black lava rocks and nothing else. And we're, as kids, going, Dad, where the heck are you bringing us? So we rebelled. And then coffee farmers, trying to make city kids start picking coffee and doing all of that. But we were also ocean people and close enough to that. And then hula grabbed me late in life, maybe 14. That's rather late to start, but by the next year I turned professional and hula took over. Lanakila Brandt was my kumu hula.
Oh, wow.
And he trained me up from 14. We were very poor, so he made a deal with my parents for me to start teaching the babies. So he was over. And so I'd come in, teach the babies, learn little did I know I was being trained already. And so that became my life. So Hula Hawaii inundated in the culture, music obviously, and I never looked back.
My name is Condor. Master Subramania is what Pasha was referring to. Master Subramania said, go back to Hawaii. I'd never been to Hawaii before. But he said, I'm going back to Hawaii for another life. Back to Hawaii. You understand what it means?
Hi, my name is Tina. I moved here because I had fallen in love with the islands, and my daughter lived here, and I wanted to be closer to her, and I've been kind of on a healing journey. Didn't even know I needed it, and I'm trying to give back to Hawaii every day.
Hi, my name is Danny, and what originally brought me to Hawaii was college. I went to UH Hilo, and that was an amazing experience. And since then, I've just really loved learning more about the culture every day. And similarly to my mom, I feel like I'm also on a healing journey I didn't know I needed.
Hi, I'm Trisha. Definitely just the mana of the island and also healing and give back every day by just gratitude and giving where I can and really trying to learn as much about the culture and language and everything. So thank you.
I'm Lauren. Music.
My name is Kim, and Glenn and I come back every year to babysit 2 Burmese cats. And we have a wonderful 2 to 3 week vacation and adventure.
Yep.
My name is Don, and I'd say what brought me here was a leap of faith. I was on the East Coast and was prepared to live a boring life as an engineer, and the leap of faith brought me here and has kept me here for over 50 years.
Thank you. And do you want to answer? What brought you to Hawaii, and what do you give back?
I'm Candy. So I was at a point in my life where I was wondering, where do I want to be for the last part of my life? I love the culture of Hawaii and the ocean. So here I am. And I hope I give back life just by being alive.
Thank you. And how about you, Lehua? Do you have an answer for your own question?
Yes. What brought me here were the ancestors. I have lived many lives, and some of them were here on these islands. And the purpose for me being here is in today's world. The ancestors are downloading a lot of information that's needed for the future. People like Pomaikai. Oh, it's so nice to say the name, Pomaikai. We're worried about our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. Climate change has destroyed more than half of all of our reefs. And climate change and sea rise is changing the entire landscape of our islands. So the wisdom of the kupuna, the wisdom of the ancestors, do they apply to a situation today where you cannot predict what's going to happen, so you cannot teach how to cope if you don't know what's going to happen? So there's a lot of things that is being gathered and protected and preserved. And so your being here is no accident. If you've come for the spirituality, if you've come for the beautiful weather, if you've come to be part of nature and the islands, then you have a purpose to take care. And I'll talk more about that in my program.
I love your answer. And I think it's time for another song. But before you start, Mahina, I just want, in case people don't know who Lanakila Brandt is, she just kind of casually threw out that name. So we most of us are familiar with Kumukiala Ching, right? Well, Lanakila Brandt is like tears. I don't want to make comparisons, but Lanakila Brandt was trained from a young age to be a kahuna pule. He was the kahuna pule for Haleo Keawe. And if you're not sure what Haleo Keawe is, it's that very famous structure down at Pu'uhonua Ohonaunau. He was the last of his line of being trained directly, grandfather to grandchild, back to the beginning of Hawaiian genealogies for that purpose, to be the prayer keeper of the sacred bones that were housed in that building. And I love it when I hear his name, because he was such a powerful, powerful person, but he was so humble and so just not grandiose, that he's kind of, because he was before the time of social media, right? You couldn't go viral the way people do now. But when I moved to Hawaii in 2001 after living on the mainland, I had people reach out to me because they had heard of him, because he would pray over people and they would be healed. He would call into the stones of the heiau and the dolphins would come in. He was a very, very significant, very powerful man of prayer. And so since his name came forth, I just want to exalt that name to the fullness that it was. Yes, he was a kumuhula, but he was so much more than that. And, right? Aha. All the connections.
Ask why. I just say, okay.
All right, thank you. If you would share a beautiful song with us once again.
Okay, I'm going to sing a song that I probably learned from Lanakila. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I haven't sang this song in 30 plus years. But it is Hapahauli, so you'll know what I'm saying. And Lehua, this is for you. The legend of Lehua, the fairest story told, the flower of the rain, as I was told. Remember the song. To pick this fair Lehua will cause the rain to fall. It's teardrops of Lehua I recall. came to me in my dream. I was going, what can I sing?
I haven't
you
heard
made
that in 35 years.
a perfect choice. All right. So we're at that favorite part of the day where we talk about the miracles and ordinaries. Who's got a miracle? All right, let's hear it. Lift us up and inspire it. Yeah, come on.
Sorry. I'm Kathy. Is this working? Well, I've been with New Thought for about a year, so I'm always learning. And Holly Makua keeps popping up. And this is a picture. There's a bigger one that's inside. And so recently, everywhere I go, I see his picture. So the other 3 days ago, we went to the Aloha. It's the school for massage, and there was this big picture of Holly Makua. And so I said, "Do you guys go to New Thought?" And we ended up having an incredible conversation. Okay, but I've been very active in trying to speak up for those who are vulnerable right now. And I'm getting an awful lot of pushback from people. And so I've been using technology to help me. And so I actually plugged into ChatGPT. I said, let me just find it here. I'm sorry, I'm starting to shake. Okay. I said, please help me understand from heavenly neighbors the message that Holly Makua chooses for me to bring here today. And it said, child of spirit, remember every breath you take is a thread in the great net of life. You are never standing alone. Just as the ohia tree, which is very precious to the Wasselmans, okay, gives blossoms to the forest, so too do you give your voice and your compassion to the world. Do not be discouraged when others cannot see, for truth is like the sun. Clouds may cover it, but the light still shines. You are asked to walk in balance, speak fiercely for justice, but do not forget gentleness for yourself. The time is here for weaving between nations, between people, between the seen and unseen. Carry the message that love is not weak. It is the only force strong enough to outlast fear, greed, and power. Anchor yourself in aloha, not the tourist word, but the ancient one. Alo, to share presence, and ha, the sacred breath. When you breathe aloha, you breathe your ancestors with your heavenly neighbors and with the earth itself. The world trembles with forgetting. You are here to remind. And then it said, the Big Island is a telepathic bridge, a sacred portal to our intergalactic family. As we open our hearts, we heal in body, mind, soul, and spirit. You are part of the shift. You were guided here for a reason, and we are remembering together.
Thank you.
That was impressive. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing. Condor?
I usually don't share because I've had 2 strokes. So you'll bear with me. Madame Paley has been talking to me every morning. Her expression is clear. She's saying something. Think about it. That's what makes us safe. Protection. Madame Paley. Madame Paley. Thank you. Thank you for protection.
Thank you for sharing, Condor. Yeah. Leah?
Aloha. I'm Leah, and I learn every day more and more about asking and receiving. And it's been told, and I keep learning about asking the angelic team, my ancestors, whoever's listening, the ETs. We're all connected. We're all one. And if I don't give them permission and ask for whatever that is I'm looking or seeking, they don't have permission. And I'm learning that every day more and more, because a couple of weeks ago I realized that my two dearest swim buddies, who like to go a mile or two or more, won't be available very much longer. And I was sitting in a chair at Okena the other day, on Thursday, by myself, which is really unusual on a Thursday, and I silently asked my angelic team, I said, I really want to find a new swim buddy, another mermaid, to go a mile or two or more, because not everybody wants to do that or is capable of that. And it's one of my greatest passions here. So I'm not kidding, within 20 minutes, a woman came walking in front of me with her husband walking behind her. They'd just come out of the water. My intuition said, say aloha. So I did. And I was reading my fish book and studying some new names, because I'm always finding creatures and, oh, what's that one? What's that one? What does it do? Who's that? How do they interact? Da, 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 da. I love marine biology. And she noticed I was reading the book. She said, oh, you've got the fish book. I just saw a cigar wrasse. And I went, oh, show me which one. So we're paging through the book, and she shows me I've never seen that one. So we start talking. Lo and behold, I have a new swim buddy. I have two new swim buddies, just because I asked. So everybody, remember, just ask. And it's given.
I'm sharing on behalf of Faith because I know she won't come up and do it. But she had a miracle. She had auditions for the Nutcracker coming in December, and it'll be on the 23rd at the Kahilu Theater, which is a Tuesday, weird day, but two performances, 2 and 6 o'clock. So if any of you want to get tickets when they're available in a couple months. Anyway, she went to the audition, and she came home and she said, well, I tried out for this and I tried out for that, and da, da, da. And I said, well, what do you want? She said, I don't know. I want party boys, but I want party girls, but I want party boys, but I want party girls. And what else? And she says, well, I'm not sure, but Russian would be fine. But, and she had just was all over the place with what she wanted. And she just found out what she got. And she got exactly what she really wanted, which was party girls. So she'll be in the first half of the performance. And then Russian, which is in the second half. So it all works out beautifully, and she's excited. And she asked.
Okay, I'll be quick. I just thought this was really cool because I'm going to Japan and Taiwan next week for a few months, and I really wanted an experience that kind of like took me out of my comfort zone, and something came to me. I was applying for all these like volunteer kind of opportunities at Buddhist monasteries, but it was like really big ones that are probably very touristy, and I just thought, like, it's not really what I'm looking for. And I reached out to this really small monastery in Taiwan, and they got back to me and they said that I can come live with them as a lay person for a month. So that'll be interesting. No internet, no cell phone, just living as a monk for a month. So I'll let you know how that goes.
That is a miracle.
Well, congratulations. That's very exciting. Do we have any more? I mean, what a bounty of miracles we've had, right? Like, if anybody, we're a crew that knows how to manifest what we want in life, right? So maybe we can start working for justice and eco-equitability. All right, but I would love to introduce Lehua Lopez now. Lehua is a native Hawaiian cultural anthropologist. She was born and raised in Hawaii. She received her master's degree in anthropology, specializing in Hawaiian culture at the University of New Mexico. She has been teaching adults and keiki the culture and history of Hawaii for more than 50 years. Lehua is a longtime friend of New Thought Center of Hawaii, having done several talks and workshops at the center in the past, starting in 2016 when she resided on the island. Now she lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. She considers herself an economic refugee of Hawaii, and I think we can all relate. Today she'll be speaking on the metaphysical and mystical aspects of Hawaiian mana. Lehua, I leave it to you.
Aloha oko. I am so happy to be here. It is such a pleasure to be able to come among friends and family. First of all, my gratitude to Pasha. We've known each other for such a long time, and you've always been so supportive. And mahalo to Mommy for being here with me this morning. Yes, and then, of course, Po Maikai, and Leah, and Palmer, and Shelba for taking care. Yes, and the musicians. Oh, it has been so wonderful. And Aaron, for those of you who don't know the flower, Lehua, I'm wearing it in my hair. And Aaron was very kind to pick it for me. So this morning, I begin to tell you a little bit about mana. I'm doing a workshop this afternoon at 1:30. So this morning is only kind of an amuse-bouche of what mana is. And if I had the time, I would be here for at least 20, 40 hours to download what's being downloaded to me by my ancestors. But we have a time schedule, so I'm going to ask Momi to give me a 5-minute warning when my time is up. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's begin, as all Hawaiian teachers begin, with a story. Mahalo to Condor. For the last 2 years, actually since 2018, when Pele erupted in Lower Puna, and then especially when she erupted from Mauna Loa and began flowing down toward the Saddle Road, there's been a number of Ku Puna elders